Welcome back to Primetime News. Special welcome to the folks watching on onespotmedia.com. So up first this evening, tragedy again in Stirling Castle in St. Andrew. The community is at the center of yet another murder investigation after one of its own was killed this afternoon. Now our reporter Dwayne Anderson returned moments ago from the area and now joins me live on set with the very latest. Dwayne, what are you hearing?
Whew. Really hustled to get back here because it just happened this afternoon. I was up there, as I said, up in the hills of Stirling Castle in Upper St. Andrew, where this incident happened. And it's just a really dark day for the community in every sense of the word. When we went up there, it was an overcast afternoon, and that setting just aptly but cruelly captured the mood of this close-knit community. Now, 2 deaths in recent days. The first, that of 8-year-old Shantae Skyers, and then today, Miguel Williams. Now, it was the death of Mr. Williams that took me into the area this evening. He was beaten to death, hauled into an area of land near his house and set on fire by angry residents who piled tires and debris on his body before burning it. His house, a small board structure, had also been burnt to the ground. Mr. Williams was 27. Residents believe Mr. Miguel Williams was the prime suspect in Shantae's death and carried out from their own form of jungle justice this afternoon. Now, the body of little Shantae, you will remember, was found yesterday in bushes near her home after a 5-day search. Now, relatives of Mr. Miguel say they had only a few weeks ago he returned from a mental facility. They say he took his medication regularly. But I spoke with his brother, who gave me some more information on his mental state.
I have a head problem, kind of sick. Yeah, kind of sick. Yeah.
And he was always on his medication?
Yeah.
And you don't think he would have done what they said he did?
Well, I never think so, but when I hear the story, I say, yeah, I'm involved.
What do you think, though? Do you think this is the right thing for the community to have taken the law into their own hand like that?
Well, yeah, I say that, because if them never do that, he would have got jail and come back and do the same thing again. So I best way that me see it.
I found the brother's comments a little bit hard to digest, but that, of course, was the brother of the dead man. Now, the Member of Parliament for St. Andrew West Rural, Juliet Cuthbert-Flynn, was again in the area today. The developments were the realization of her worst fears. She says a meeting is planned with the residents and state agencies in the coming days to try and ease tensions. As you can imagine, they are high at this time.
This is what I was afraid of. We never want jungle justice. We know that the system is not perfect, but I know that we're working on that. And I think what I would have loved to see is for persons in the community or anywhere to wait on the process, report what you know to the police and leave that in the police hands and not take it in your own hands.
So, Archie, as you can imagine, the investigations into both these murders are very at an early stage. Only yesterday they discovered the body of Shantae, and now today they discovered this body of Miguel. So they are really just working to put together the leads in both cases. And when I went there on the scene, not even forensic scene of crime persons were yet on the scene. So you can imagine things are really at an early stage.
All right. What is the mood of residents?
When I spoke to persons, you can tell it's a really close-knitted community. Persons, everyone there know each other, so they know what's really happening. So you get the impression if they really want to solve both of these crimes, they can do so by sharing what they know with the police. But the mood there now, persons are obviously, as you can imagine, they're murders, so they're obviously a little bit tentative about speaking to the police, speaking to the media. I managed to pull one of the persons aside, the brother, spoke to him and he gave his views, but they're just trying to get answers and get things solved so that they can move on with their lives.
All right, Dwayne Anderson, who has been in Stirling Castle, St. Andrew, where we're following this story, and we will continue to do so. But